morning, family. Happy hump day. Oh, some of y'all be saying it's a long week when it's only Tuesday. Okay. I know what y'all be doing. Okay. But anyways, welcome to Prophetic Diary. If you're not already part of this family, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. We hit 14K yesterday. Still celebrating 14K. Really thanking God for each one of you. It's not about the numbers. It's about you. So I love you guys. And I'm going to get into this word. It's going to be in 1 Samuel 1:23. And it says, stay here until you have weaned him. Only may the Lord make good his word. So the woman stayed at home and nursed her son until she had weaned him. When God gave me this word, I did not know where he wanted to take it. And he says, all cried out. Once a baby is weaned from its mother, it cries for a bit because it's so used to that way of being nurtured by its mother and that connection. But there is a weaning that has to take place. And even back then in these times, they would celebrate the weaning of that child. And God says, I know that you've been crying. I know that you're saying, God, when I'm so lonely, it feels so lonely. I'm so tired of being tired. I just want what I want, even though I love you, Lord, and even though I trust you. We remember when Hannah was crying for this child, Samuel, that God gave her. We remember when she went to this same house of the Lord, and Brother Eli was there, the priest, the high priest, and she cried out to him. He said, hey, you're going to have a child. And she did. And we watched her bring this same child back to that same house where Eli was to be sacrificed. And she gave him back to the Lord, gave him back to the Lord. But this is the part that the Lord says is for you. When she gave him back to the Lord, back to the house of the Lord, she was only able to see him once a year. And God is saying, I may be weaning you off of your codependency, of knowing my every step, knowing how I'm processing your husband or wife, knowing how I'm processing your health issues, your children, your finances. I'm weaning you off of knowing my every steps. And God says that codependency that you once had, where you wanted to know what I was up to, that's why you're crying. That's why you're hurting, because I'm weaning you off of me. On the flip side, he's weaning the prodigals away from their friends and the women and the world. And there's a crying going on their side as well, because God says, I'm weaning my children away from the things that they once thought that they needed so much. Those connections, those signs, those million confirmations, I'm weaning them. Now you may only get information here and there. And it's making you cry because you're like, God, I really, and God is saying, I got you. But you're going from your mother's house to the Father's house. You're going from your old way of doing things to your new way of doing things. More on purpose. You're going to have to rely on the Lord's strength in this season. You have to call on his strength because you are going to feel weak because of the weaning. So I hope that this word bless you. Hashtag God is turning around for my good. Hashtag if you feel led to sow. Hashtag it will work for my good. It's all for you. So if you feel like you've been whining and crying and longing like Hannah once was, saying the sacrifice is worth it. And God is saying the sacrifice for what Samuel will grow up to become. He grew up and became a leader. And God is saying, because you sacrificed so much for this marriage, so much for me, you're going to see the blessing. Hashtag the weaning. Sign up for that one-on-one encouragement call. I pray that I see you in the Winter Circle Saturday. Spring collection drop today. Go check out KingWitnesses.com. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.